Well, hello and welcome to Cereal at Midnight. Yo, Joe! My name is Heath, and in this episode we're talking about Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins on the 4K Ultra HD formats. Now, I've already reviewed this movie because I saw this opening day and posted a review when this first hit theaters. I'm going to link to that review right here in the corner of this video. Now, if you're watching this on a television, you're like, nothing happened. But if you're on the computer, or if you're watching on your phone like this, then you saw a little pop-up, right? That's my full review. That's most of what I have to say about Snake Eyes as a movie. That's the movie review. Let me say this. This is the third live-action G.I. Joe movie. The first movie, it's okay. I used to say that the first movie felt like, I don't feel like it comes from a place that's really grounded in any of the cartoons or the comics or the toys. It kind of feels like it's trying to make up its own thing. And I did not love that. Second movie is a lot more faithful to like the comics. I know they did some controversial things with some of the characters, but it felt more in keeping with the comics, the Marvel comics that were written by Larry Hama. Then we get Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, and this is my favorite by far of the three. Similarly, Bumblebee for Transformers. I'm talking about Hasbro properties at the movies. Bumblebee, I was like, can we do more of this? More Snake Eyes, more Bumblebee. That's the direction I want to see these things go. I'm going to go a step further. This might be a hot take. This is the second martial arts movie from 2021. The second big spectacle blockbuster martial arts movie. I like this more than I like Shang-Chi. By like a lot. This is a more complete story. This has more believable, likable characters, and it's just better. It's better constructed. It has better ninja action. That's my take. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm always honest. Always honest. So, since we talked about the movie, how does it look on the 4K Ultra HD format? I mean, it looks great, right? It's a brand new movie. It's only been in theaters for a couple of months. It was shot digitally. I think it was shot like 3.6K. I always go to IMDb and look at the tech specs. The source format was like 3.6K. So it's a 4K, pretty much a straight conversion, right? Just going from 4K to 4K. It looks great. The things that I like to talk about in a 4K review, like, well, how does the grain look? There is no grain because it's digital. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was shot on 35 millimeter, but I know I'm old school. But it looks really good. The HDR really makes the colors. I mean, look at, like, this is kind of the aesthetic of the movie, like darkness, neon. There's a lot of stuff that takes place. There's a great fight scene about halfway through the movie that takes place like in this alley. And, the camera worked. I'm thinking of a specific shot where this camera starts ground level, goes up to a building, sweeps behind this guy as he's looking down at the fight below. All one shot. Beautiful cinematography. Don't listen to people that say this movie is dull or it's not shot. I've seen some people be like, it's not shot very well. Yes, it is. Watch it again. It's got some fantastic cinematography in it. The ninja action, I'll say this, the HDR with the ninja action, because so many of the strikes come from within the shadows and the ninjas are cloaked in darkness. You know, with a proper 4K setup, my 4K TV, that darkness is just like all encompassing. It really envelops it, and then the ninjas come out of it. It's like, oh, that looks really great. So, looks good. It looks really good. There has like 10 different audio options. It has about 24 subtitle options, so covered there for a lot of the audience. The special features are where this really lets me down, which I'm not surprised because this is a modern, MGM. We don't get, we call them dandelion special features. You blow on them and they dissolve. They're like cotton candy. There's just nothing really there. They have the illusion of substance, but there's nothing there. It touts on the cover, includes bonus short film. Okay, it's 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and it's almost entirely animated. And it's the story of Snake Eyes' sword, but not really. So it starts out and it's like, you guys know those shows on cable, like the history reenactment shows, and they'll have it's like ancient warriors, and they'll have like the guy from Greece, and he's got his like trident in the net, and he's standing in front of a black screen. That's what it's like. They got Snake Eyes in a black screen, and then they show Storm Shadow, and he's got his two swords, and then they're like, here's the secret of the sword. And then it's animated, and I don't mean like animation. I mean, it's like still frames that have been, like a motion comic. Disappointing. If you're coming into this expecting more Snake Eyes, you're not really going to get it. Similarly, there are 5 deleted scenes. That sounds promising. Well, guess what? Together, they are 2 minutes long. There is not a single line of dialogue in any of these deleted scenes. They're action beats that were cut possibly to get the violence down a little bit. I think someone dies in most of them. Not all of them, now that I'm thinking about it. But so like one of them is a training sequence of someone just out doing this. They cut that. The other couple, there's a few that are just like people getting killed. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. But 2 minutes total. So they're like, they're like 20 seconds. Then we've got Enter Snake Eyes, Meet the Man Behind the Mask. That's about 9 minutes of Henry Golding talking about the character. This is electronic press kit stuff, right? All the rest of the three. Enter Snake Eyes, A Deadly Ensemble, and Arashikage. All three of those are basically electronic press kit stuff. I guess for YouTube, for streaming. Henry Golding saying things we already know if we've seen the movie, like, well, he really goes on a journey. Snake Eyes is the silent warrior, but how did he become that? Here's where I started my approach to the character. Why would he be, like, we know, we've watched the movie, like, it's just, there's nothing there. And then lots and lots of clips from the movie that we've already seen. So 9 minutes, roughly, of that. A Deadly Ensemble, that's talking about Snake Eyes, about Tommy, and some of the supporting characters behind the scenes. It's 6 minutes long. 6 minutes and change. And then the Arashikage special feature, Inside the Elite Ninja Warrior Clan, also 6 minutes and change. And it's, again, from the movie, well, the Arashikage have been chosen they've sworn loyalty to this MacGuffin, and they guard it with their lives. Yeah, okay, we got it. That's it. There's less than 30 minutes of special features on the entire package. There's no commentary. There's nothing that really tells us how the movie was made, why the movie was made, behind the scenes stories, motivations, nothing. There's nothing of substance here. Again, I'm not surprised. This is the world we live in with major studio movies. So if you do pick this up for your 4K Ultra HD collection, and I do recommend it, CerealAtMidnite says better than Shang-Chi. Kink. That's my pull quote. If you do pick this up, and I do recommend that you do, pick it up for the movie, not for the special features. That's that's probably the way. That's a safe bet anyway, right? If you like the movie, buy it for the movie. It looks great. It sounds great. Dolby Atmos is like ear shaking. It's a powerful score, or a powerful soundtrack. Beautiful visuals, powerful soundtrack. That's a better pull quote. CerealAtMidnite says, beautiful images, powerful soundtrack, recommended. Let's see if that gets pulled for anything. Will that quote show up anywhere? Guys, Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, I really liked it. This made me feel like a kid again, playing with my Snake Eyes action figures, my G.I. Joe action figures. There's other G.I. Joes in it. I don't want to spoil this movie for you, but it is a G.I. Joe Origins story, and there are other Joes in this movie, including Samara Weaving, who I love. Oh, I love Samara Weaving, and I'm so glad that she's continuing to catch on and get bigger and better opportunities. So that's it. Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins on the 4K Ultra HD format. I dig it. I hope you do too. Guys, thanks so much. Take care. Until next time, here's where to go and what to do.